Hello, I'm Margo DeMont with Memorial Hospital, and tonight I'm going to talk to you about trumping ACEs. And fortunately, it's not the ACEs that you're seeing here. It's ACEs that are hidden. It's something that we have become aware of in our community, as in all communities, adverse childhood experiences. We have found that adverse childhood experiences are very common, and they're hidden beneath the radar. And we often pretend like there's a monster out there doing it. It doesn't happen in our families. This is our ACE score. In 2012, we did a community needs assessment. And with that, we repeated some of the national studies, 33,000 subjects. And we found that ACEs was pretty common in our community. And then the tragedy of terminal Sturgis brings it home. A child who is tortured, confined, and murdered. And suicide, depression, all of these are resulting from adverse childhood experiences. It's not just physical, it's mental, it's emotional. There's a great deal of change in the child. As they react to stress, the adrenaline is flowing, the epinephrine, the cortisol is eating brain cells, affecting the organs. Our children are seeing violence they never should have seen. Just like our ancestors who saw that saber-toothed tiger. They could fight, they could flight, or they could freeze. Our children can't fight. And this picture, you see the abused brain. This is so very, very important. You see where the development has been delayed. It's halted. That's the prefrontal cortex. Neither you nor I or a child can learn if they can't use the prefrontal cortex. They're living in the reptilian brain, the amygdala. They're just like a soldier who has returned from Afghanistan. They're in hypervigilance. They're waiting for the sniper. The CEO, this thoughtful thing that we have in our brains in the frontal cortex that allows us to make decisions, to think, to protect ourselves. It's not there. We're living in the amygdala. And this is what's happening. People begin to self-medicate. They begin to do street drugs. They eat too much. They drink too much. They're trying to ease the pain. They have developed maladaptive behaviors in survival mode. And here you see some of the results. When we talk about healthcare and the cost of healthcare and the health of the community, we need to learn how to trump those ACEs. We need to learn how to give the children a better life, how to heal them so that it doesn't become a trajectory for life. Because where it ends up is in 200 times more likelihood of committing suicide. More likely to be involved in a robbery, in violence, in relationships that fail. But we found that we can change it. We found that there are cognitive behavioral therapies, just like we're using with returning veterans. We also are learning to teach children resilience. Children do not receive resilience from their parents because their parents don't know what resilience is. They don't know how to take care of themselves. So we've introduced EMDR, eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, to our community. We have trained over 92 therapists to be able to do this with our children and our hurt adults. EMDR works like REM sleep. When your brain is sorting through the days, because it was chaotic, and decides what it can remember and what it can hold on to and what it leaves. In 18 months, I want to show you this is what's happening in our community. We're currently working on a diversionary project, and then we will be working with WNIT and PBS. We're going to be hosting this nationally, Healing the Hurt of Children. We have to be able to stop the pain. Now, people say this is too expensive, too time-consuming. I challenge each of you, can you turn your back? Think about that.